Welcome to battle number 5 of week number 1 of the FnF Oreburgh Gate preseason draft league. This battle is going to feature Morgana's team, which is Northern Necrozmas, versus Kiwi's team, which is Flashy Furrets. In this battle, the Z Pokemon available are Gabite with Z Attack, and then we have Electabuzz with Z Attack and Poipole with Z Any on Kiwi's team. This is actually a battle between two friends. I think they're going to do whoever wins gets to, the loser has to buy the winner a burger. So good luck to both of you. And let's take a look at this lineup. It doesn't look like, right off the bat, Marshtomp is looking like it'll be an interesting Pokemon. If it's bulky, it can do some big damage with Earthquake to this team, as well as Ice Punch if it decides to run that. Shelgon looks like it could be pretty interesting, depending on what moveset it carries. Chatot is a really good Pokemon. Boom Bursts hurt a lot, although Pupitar and Clang are there to wall it. I'm not sure, like, Boom Burst might do a lot, but I don't think it's enough to take it down, and Chatot doesn't want to get hit by anything. On Morgana's team, we have Jigglypuff, which is a pleasure to see. I'm wondering if it's a Stally Jigglypuff or if it's going to be an attacking one. We have Gabite, who actually can pick up quite a bit of momentum with Earthquake, although it does have to worry about the flying types on the other team. If it has something to deal with those, or if the other teammates can deal with those, it could be a good situation for Gabite. Clang also looks like it's a really good Pokemon in this matchup, considering the lack of fighting and fire types on the other team. Marshtomp is going to be a big Pokemon in trying to take down Clang. If Marshtomp can't get Clang down, it could be a very big threat to this team. So this is looking like it'll be an interesting one, so why don't we go ahead and jump into this, and let's begin. In terms of lead, maybe Pupitar. Yeah, Pupitar, still depressive Pupitar versus maybe Marshtomp, I'm gonna say. Nope, Sinnoh Stone, the Electabuzz, actually, is the one sent in versus Pupitar. Hidden Power, I'm assuming Grass or Water, is going to do some decent damage, 34%, but Pupitar is pretty bulky, especially with Eviolite. Stealth Rock is now up, so Electabuzz isn't hit by an Earthquake. It can switch out. Hidden Power, though, is what it decides to use, dealing 35% to Still Depressed. It is going to take a Rock Tomb, actually, from Still Depressed. I wonder if Pupitar does get Earthquake. I'm pretty sure it does. Psychic attacks, taking Still Depressed down to 4%. One more Hidden Power would have done it. Rock Tomb, though, takes Electabuzz's speed down even further, and it's now at 38%. Rock Tomb takes it down to 7%. They're both really, really low in percent, but Electabuzz is able to Hidden Power Still Depressed and take it down, and the score is 5-6, but the HP of Electabuzz is really low. It's also it's also lowered speed, and it has Rocks up, so it can't come in. Thunderbolt is going to do big damage to Jigglypuff, taking it down to 13%. The Jigglypuff uses Dazzling Gleam, taking down Electabuzz, and the score is now 5-5. In comes Poipole the Poipole. If Poipole goes for a Sludge Bomb, for example, it could get that Beast Boost, but Midgar comes in to predict that. And Hidden Power does not that much damage, 5% to Midgar. Zorua ? The Marshtomp comes out. And a Thunder Wave is not going to work versus this Marshtomp due to its ground typing. Earthquake will now hit extremely hard if that's what Marshtomp decides to use. Purple, the Brionne, comes out. And Marshtomp's actually going to go for a Curse. That's a good move to use. Brionne can hit pretty hard. Scald actually hits pretty hard, doing about 46% and scoring the critical hit, but it doesn't get the burn. Earthquake is going to take Purple down to 35%, just narrowly out of the range of Torrent, so Torrent won't activate. Speaking of Torrent, now Marshtomp does have Torrent activated. It's brought down to 15%, and Earthquake is going to take down Purple. Score is now 4-5. Marshtomp has lowered speed and it's in the red though, so anything will be able to take it out. Do You Even Lift? The Timber comes out, and Marshtomp is going to switch out into Kyle the Dartrix. In a knockoff, critical hit knockoff is able to remove that Eviolite from Kyle. It'll now be a little bit more vulnerable, but it can go for a Brave Bird. Defog is the move it uses to remove those rocks. And Timber Ice Punches Kyle. I was wondering why Timber stayed in, because I was like, Timber does not want to take a flying move. But I guess Morgana predicted that Defog and went for the Ice Punch. Score is now 4-4. Fred Durst, the Chatot, is going to come out. And a Boom Burst is going to hit, dealing massive damage, 82%. But that bulk from the Eviolite, I'm guessing, allows Timber to live and Ice Punch Fred Durst. Fred Durst now goes down as well. The score is now 4-3. And Boipel is back, looking for that kill to activate Beast Boost. But Clang, Midgar the Clang, is going to come out to block whatever kill that Kiwi tries to get with Poipole. It's a Dragon Pulse and it doesn't do that much damage. Shelgon comes out at Kieran, Weiss actually, because I think that's German. Gear Grind is going to do not that much damage. Looks like Shelgon has an Eviolite attached as well. What a surprise in an NFE league. But the Thunder Wave is going to allow allow Clang to paralyze Shelgon. Wish is now up, and Gabite comes out. Baby Gunkerton. Marshtomp is going to come in to receive that Wish. And the Wish brings it back to 64%. This Marshtomp, if it has Ice Punch, could possibly do some big damage to Gabite, maybe one-hit KOing it. And Gabite's going to Home Claws. It's brought down to 1%, and the Rough Skin's going to do a little damage. Wow, 1% on this Gabite. Earthquake is enough to take down Zorua after that Home Claws boost. I'm wondering if Morgana just calced the Ice Punch so that he invested in Gabite to survive it, or if that was a lucky roll. But wow, hanging on by a thread. Gabite's going to use Earthquake to take down Boipole as well, and Shelgon is the last Pokemon to come in. If Gabite has Outrage, this could be the game. And Shelgon comes in. It is paralyzed, and it has some damage on it. But Gabite's actually going to switch out to Timber. Dragon Claw is going to take down Timber, and the score is now 3-1. I'm wondering why he switched out to Timber. And the Jigglypuff comes out. And Jigglypuff's going to go for Dazzling Gleam, and it does massive damage, taking down Shelgon, and that is the game. Maybe he switched out to Timber so that he could get Jigglypuff in safely and get it a kill on the MVP rankings. But wow, that was a good match. Jigglypuff and Gabite both hanging on by a thread. So it is a 3-0 victory for Northern Necrozmas, Morgana's team, over Flashy Furrets, Kiwi's team, but a lot closer than it might have looked than the 3-0 suggests. Really good game. Marshtomp looked like it was really useful in that matchup, but the Scald from Brionne was able to take it down a little bit. And of course, Midgar, the Clang, being able to come in on a lot of attacks and wall them really helped Morgana out a lot too. I wonder what would have happened if Gabite was brought down by the Ice Punch. That would have probably been a totally different game. But yeah, that was a really interesting match. And tune in for some more matches coming in Week 1 of Oreburgh Gate preseason here on FnF. This is Noel from My Cornet, and I'll see you then.